Ugly tourist in Germany. How to upset Germans. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. How to upset Germans. Let's go ahead and learn about this today on this beautiful day. I hope everyone is healthy and well. I hope your day was fulfilled with nothing but good vibes, positivity, and joy. All my new supporters stopping by for the first time, welcome. I hope you all enjoyed this video today, just as much as myself. Shout out to Walter's World. We are watching this video on his main channel. This brother has a lot of educating videos. If you want to check out his original channel, original video link will be down below in my description. Me, myself, watch him. You know what I'm saying? He makes amazing content. Amazing content. Feel free to follow my Twitch and check out my other YouTube channels down below in the description pertaining to the other countries out there that, your boy Strac is learning about. Let's jump right into this. Learning about ugly tourists in Germany, how to upset Germans. I'm guessing like the etiquette. You can't go out there assuming it's going to be the same as America. And this is me specifically speaking to my Americans. The etiquette is not the same every country we travel to. So stop acting like you when you go there. I don't mean it like that. But when it comes to like manners, when it comes to mannerism, when it comes to proper etiquette out there in public, do not do anything that can make somebody call you out and make you look foolish. Seriously. So I feel like it's good for everyone around the world, not just Americans. I'm not bashing my Americans. I love y'all. It's proper for everyone around the world to understand the etiquette of different countries because everyone does something differently. We all handle situations differently, Here we go. Let's jump right into this.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in Freiburg, Germany, and today we're going to talk about how you could upset Germans when you come here as a traveler, because we want to make sure we're ingratiating ourselves to the locals, and we don't want to do the faux pas that might make our German friends a bit ärgerlich, a little upset, okay? And I think the first thing you need to realize, the first way you can upset a German is just being late. Germans are all about being pünktlich, about being on time. If you have a meeting and it's at 9 o'clock in the morning, that doesn't mean you show up at 9. That means you're in the office, you're in the room where the meeting's going to happen at 8:55. So right at 9 a.m., the questions start going, okay? So always be on time. And if you're going to be late, let the people know because, one, they're not going to be appreciative that you're late, but they will want to know what's going on. Now,
let me tell y'all something. Ooh, it's pissing me off. When I used to go to college, I don't go to college anymore. I do not go to university anymore. Waste of money, waste of everything. I'm serious. I'm not in college anymore. It's been a few years, actually. But like the professors, never on time. You would think it's the students that are tardy and just don't care. It's the professors. Now, imagine the commuters, the people that don't live on campus. I got to drive about 30 minutes in the morning because the morning traffic, this and that. And I get there to get that email as soon as class starts. Hey, class, I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it. Have you lost your mind? I just drove 30 minutes, bro. I got another class that's like 3 hours later. You think I'm coming back? Yeah, this is exactly why I had. It was like every day. I'm not messing with y'all. Y'all playing with my time. It got to the point where I was like, I could put my focus towards something else and get somewhere further than wasting time with you professors in this college. I'm serious, and I'm pretty sure everybody can speak about that. Professors, even students be late to school. Like, that's a big thing in the U.S. And a lot of people try to make it like a stereotypical thing for black people. It's not just a black person thing in the United States. I know Caucasian people that be late as well. We all late. No, I'm saying if you try to put it on just the black people, it's a black people thing. Like, that's a big thing in the U.S. It's a big stereotype. Black people always late. You're on black people timing. That's literally what it's called. You're on black people timing. You see the world I'm living in? You see what I got to deal with, bro? This is why we got to be on time. You got us black people in the United States feeling like we got to be an hour early just because we don't want to get stereotyped. Everybody late. Stop being late, people.
because, one, they're not going to be appreciative that you're late, but they will want to know what's going on. Now, another thing that might upset your German friends is if you get a little Jeiny, okay? Which I like to say is, Jein is yes and no, ja and nein, put together, okay? It's kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not sure. Look, Germans do not like uncertainty. They do not like risk. They want to know what's going on. They want the certainty of, are you coming or not? And if you're kind of flippy-floppy, if you're thinking about ghosting your German friends, that stuff doesn't happen here, okay? You need to be more, like, yes, I'm going to do it, no, I'm going to
Straightforward.
not. Because if you're not, that kind of upsets them because they want to make sure all their plans are set, okay? And I think one of the things that's important for you to know is since the Germans are very direct, they're not insulted if you're direct to them. So if you don't want to do something or you can't do something, don't try to figure out an excuse. Just let them know, hey, I can't come, and they'll be okay with that. But just telling them yes and then not showing up, the whole ghosting thing, not cool here in Germany, okay? So
What's with all that sugarcoating stuff people be doing, you know, in the U.S.? Hey, can you chill? Can you hang out or not, bro? Why is you telling me you gotta go pick up your sister? Then you gotta go bring the car to get checked? Why is you making up all these excuses, bro? Hey, guys, I tell you, I don't even have friends. A lot of people BS. A lot of people be just, I don't know. I don't have time for none of it. I like to just do me and be on my own timing. Seriously. Because it's like these people are not real. Majority. Like you gotta just find excuses and stuff. Just keep it real with me. Keep it straightforward and stern. I don't like when people try to run around and this and that. Like, why you try to be so nice? Just say you can't. Stop trying
but
to be
just
so
telling them
nice.
yes and then not showing up, the whole
gonna piss me
ghosting
off.
thing, not cool here in Germany, okay? So have a heads up.
weird.
Now, the third way you can upset Germans when you're here is if you assume that everybody in Germany is from Bavaria and wears lederhosen. Look, people wear lederhosen at Oktoberfest, and most of those are actually tourists, okay? Germany is a very diverse country. I mean, going to Munich and Bavaria is a very different experience than going to Hamburg or coming here to Freiburg or going to Berlin. You have such variety in this country that when they think that people are thinking they're all the same and they're all Bavarians with the big beer steins and stuff, that doesn't go over very well. And if you actually know Germans, you'll know that if they're not from Bavaria, they like to make fun of the Bavarians. Now, another thing that tourists do that might upset the locals, and it definitely will upset a few omas, grandmas, and opas, grandpas along the way, is if you jaywalk. And when I talk about jaywalking, I'm not saying like the middle of the road. I'm saying when you're at the crosswalk and the little Ampelmännchen, the street light guy is there telling you don't walk, and you go. I mean, I lived in Germany for a number of years, and when I've done that, like people really put their arm out and stop me, and they're like, what are you doing? Sein Vorbild für die Kinder. Be an example for the children. I'm like, there's no kids around here. There's no cars. What's going on? No. Follow the rules. Otherwise, they're going to be upset. And crossing the street against the light is one of those things. There's even a saying, bei Rot musst du stehen, bei Grün darfst du gehen, which is by red, you have to stay. But by green, you're allowed to go. All right? So
makes
just
sense.
know that. Young, old, male, female, whatever, you just know the Germans are like, no, we're going to wait until the light lets us go, okay? Another thing that might upset your German friends when you're here, and this is one thing that my students that have studied in Germany have brought up to me, and when I've had students that work with German exchange students, and that is, you might upset them if you don't agree with them on certain things, because Germans like to do a lot of research. They want to make sure they know as much as they can before they make decisions, so they feel that they have the best answer possible. And if you don't agree with them, they don't understand why you wouldn't, because they've done all this research. So that's where I've seen in business settings and group project settings where people have gotten some upset feelings from both the Germans and from the locals. So just have a heads up with that. But don't think the Germans are all stiff and no fun. They will do parties and they will have a fun time with the party. And one thing I want to tell you though is you might upset people if you don't follow the party rules, okay? Because if your German friend of yours invites you to a party, they're inviting you. Not you and your friend and your other friends. No. It's very much just you are invited. There's no plus one. If you want a plus one, you need to ask them, and they'll probably say no, okay, or 9. But just know that they're very specific when they do.
How disrespectful of you to even ask them when they invited you. They want to spend time with you, and you, hey, can I bring this person along? That'd turn me off and be like, I don't even want you coming now, bro. You could go chill with him. And not even being petty and being like, oh, not being trying to be weird or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, why are you trying to invite? Nah, I don't like that. Well, I have so many times I went to hang out with a friend or we had like plans to chill or do this or that. And then like, it'd be like 3, 4 other people coming out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, I know you. Wait, I didn't speak to you, bud. They coming out of nowhere, just hopping in the car. Not in my car though. Ain't nobody playing me like that because I'm not chauffeuring nobody. But I'm sitting in the pasture like, this is crazy. You invited these people? It don't make no sense. Or they do it last minute. Yo, this person gonna come. It's annoying, man. I don't like stuff like that, you know? I want to know who's coming before I get there, who I'm chilling with. I don't want no surprises, you know? I don't like how I be so unpredictable. I'm like, you guys, I need to know. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna throw me off and I'm gonna leave. So many times I've
Okay,
left.
or 9. But just
Who
know
else you
that
got coming?
they're very specific when they do ask you to come to a
Trying to
party,
set me
okay?
up or something?
So don't overdo it. Also, I learned this when I lived here for a number of years, is if you're going to be having a party, let's say you're staying here, you're going to school here, you're moving here, and you want to have a party and it's in your apartment building, you need to let your neighbors know that you're going to have that party. I mean, you don't have to invite them, but you need to let them know it's going to happen.
Right.
Otherwise, they might be a little upset, which I learned from a lady dumping a bucket of water into my apartment. So just have a heads up on that one. Now, another time you might see an upset German, and this isn't your fault at all, this is their fault, is if you're taking a train on a Friday or a Sunday when they're really, really busy, and you have a seat reservation, and you go to your seat reservation on the ICE, and somebody's sitting in that seat. And you tell them, Entschuldigung, das ist meins. Like, excuse me, this is mine. Oh, they're not going to be happy because they got this seat and they're figuring no one's going to show up in it, so they're going to take it without a reservation. Don't be surprised if they ask you to show your reservation to prove it's your seat, and then they'll look at you like, oh, you took my seat. No, lady, didn't take your seat. I spent the €4 to get the reservation, all right? So do have a heads up for that. Now, sometimes you don't even realize you're upsetting people when you travel, and that's okay. And the Germans have a fantastic way of letting you know that you messed up. And that's when you hear, hallo. When you hear someone say hallo really loud, I mean, if it's soft, it's hallo, it's like hello. But if it's hallo, it's like hello, moron.
I know. It's the same everywhere, huh? Even out there in the city, hello. 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 Bro, there's so many ways I even do it. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
I mean, if it's soft, it's hello, it's like hello. But if it's hello, it's like hello, moron.
I know.
You're doing something wrong. Whether you went in the wrong door to the museum, or you're in the wrong bathroom, or you're doing something you're not supposed to, or your kids are doing something stupid. Look, that hello will let you know that you upset somebody, all right? So just have a heads up when you hear that, because you'll be like, what? What's something here? It's just a way they get your attention, all right? Now, another thing you might do that might hurt your German friends' feelings is insinuate that they're cheap. Now, Germans are cool if you say they're frugal, they're economical, no problem with that. But if you insinuate that they're cheap, that's when they're like, hey, we're not cheap, we've got money. I'm like, I know. But the thing is if you talk to, in Canada and the US, you talk to waiters about tipping, they don't like German tourists because they don't tip as well. Now, they leave some money, but they don't usually leave the 50 to 20% like you're supposed to. They'll leave like 5% or $3 on a $100 bill, so it is one of those things that
$3 on a $100. Oh, wait. Well, how's the tipping out there in Germany? I can't say nothing. I can't make a statement towards this. How's the tipping in Germany? Like, is it normal to tip in Germany? Or not that much? Like like Germans, they pretty much understand, okay, we got a tip if we go to this country. Okay, this country doesn't accept tips. Whoop de whoop, this and that. Or I gotta look that up. Wait a minute. But of course, it's not, all Germans doing this, of course. In Germany, do they tip or no? I have to know this. Tipping called Trinkgeld is common and expected for good service, but it is not mandatory like the US. Trinkgeld. Okay. That's how you properly pronounce it. I'm sorry to take up your time, guys. Thank you for your patience. It's all about learning and educating ourselves along, with these videos and stuff. If I don't understand something, it clears my conscience. I'm sorry.
If you insinuate like, dude, that's kind of dollars on a $100 bill, so it is one of those things that if you insinuate like, dude, that's kind of cheap, you'll see them be upset. And I'm sure in the comments below, you'll see those things there. Or you might invite them over to a party, like, hey, we're all bringing a potluck over, bring some food, and they might show up with some Maggi spaghetti instead of something else. So don't insinuate they're cheap. It won't go over well, all right? Just say, very economical choice, very frugal choice, smart business move, okay? So have a heads up with that. Now, another...
Let me know in the comments. I don't bash anybody. I'm not gonna go in on who tips this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person in my mind. I'm like, at least they tip and left me some money. I ain't gonna cap. I look at the best of every situation. Like, I ain't gonna cap. At least they did leave me some. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll go bang out another table. But please let me know. Do you actually believe in the tipping? Do you tip high or low? It don't really matter. It's actually nobody's business, to be honest. I don't want no negative comments.
Choice, very frugal choice.
I don't want nobody
smart
arguing
business
or
move. Okay, so have a heads up with that. Now, another thing that you'll learn very quickly is a way you're going to upset your German friends is if you try to take their food or their drink. Because you know, in some countries, when you order food, like everybody's food's kind of everybody else's, and we can try this. Like we're in Italy, like, oh, try this, have some of this, have some of this polenta. Portugal, it's like every plate is everybody's, right? In Germany, it's not that way. That's my bratwurst. That is my spätzle. That is my beer. You don't get it.
Every plate is everybody's. Whoa. It is like that in certain, oh, wow. Okay. But at the same time, I guess they kind of do that. It's like a representation of like not showing greed. Like, hey, it's for everyone. We can have all. We can order more. We can have more. Let's just everybody eat. So I'm kind of trying to understand both ways, you know.
Have some of this polenta. Portugal, it's like every plate is everybody's, right? In Germany, it's not that way. That's my bratwurst. That is my spätzle. That is my beer. You don't get it. And so if you go and take some, especially without asking, it's going to upset them. And even if you do ask, they say yes, just know in their mind, they're like, ich wollte nein sagen. I wanted to say no, but they were very polite and said yes. So just know they don't like sharing their stuff, okay? If you've gotten this far in the video, another thing you might notice that Germans might not like and that you might upset them with is if you point out any of the eccentricities of the Germans and German culture. So look in the comments below and you'll notice some comments of people like pointing out some things I'm messing up and how they're gonna be right about it, okay? Now another way you might upset Germans when you come here is if you recycle wrong. I mean, I lived here a number of years and the recycle program here is legit. The Grüne Punkt, it's like this little like arrow going around, it's called the green point. They have lots and lots of different kinds of recycling here. So it's not just paper and plastic, it's paper, plastic, glass, different kinds of glass, all kinds of stuff that's out there. They have that set up and people are very serious about it. So you want to make sure you're putting the right... They have that set up and people are very serious about it. So you want to make sure you're putting the right stuff in the right recycle bin and the right garbage going in the right place because they do a really good job with that and it really upsets people when you don't. And there's things economically that will get you to incentivize you to make sure you're recycling correctly because they have these things called a fund, a deposit like on beer glasses and beer glasses, but like beer bottles and soda bottles and stuff like that. So you don't just throw it away, you take it back, get your money back so they can recycle it easier.
That's
okay,
beautiful.
so be aware of that.
Now, do we have people trying to get over like how they do in the States? They put like rocks and sand and stuff in the cans and everything so that it could weigh more. So when you put it in a machine or something, you get more for your money. Or should I say you get more money, not more for your money, excuse me. You get more money because it's like you had this empty can, but you put some rocks in it. Now it's heavier. So instead of a couple cents, you get a couple dollars now. Or is there somebody monitoring it? Because now in the US, they crack down on it. We can't even have people go and turn their cans and recyclables in and get their money back because it's like, oh, we need to check it. They open the bag and they literally take every can out and they do this. You would think it's customs. Nobody got time to do all that, you know? These people are littering and throwing in cans that not supposed to have that. And I'm the person that's how in public I got the water bottle and I'm like, wait, which one is the trash recycle? Especially if they don't got a label. And I'm like, which one is what? Then I got to look in it a little bit because it just shows who you are as a person. Like, how much do you care about your environment, the world you are living in? And we got to live here. I don't understand.
Now, my next one for you that might upset the Germans when you're here is if you drive in Germany not like a German. Look, Germans are very much, we're about our Auto, our car, right? And so...
Let me tell you something. You ain't got to worry about me keeping up with the speed of traffic or nothing. I feel like I be driving too fast for the people out here. And I'm in a state where It's known. It is known on social media. They drive fast. I think I just drive it quicker, man. I be in my mind like, yo, if a cop for real pull me over right now, I'ma just tell him I was out in Germany. I'ma tell him I just came back from Germany. I'm used to the driving over there. I'm talking about the Autobahn. I be having it in my mind, and I be like, the cop not gonna care. I'm sorry, man. Just came from Germany. It's so different on the Autobahn, you know, like the speed and everything. I gotta get used to it. They just dial back in the U.S., you know.
So they've got the Autobahn when they're going way faster than you think you are. So move over, because you stayed in the left lane. That Indiana drivers, you can't do that here in Germany. You got to stay to the right, because people will pass you by. No matter how fast you think you're going, someone else is going to zoom past you in a Porsche, a BMW, or Mercedes. All right?
Oh, I ain't got no Porsche, no BMW, no. I don't got no Mercedes. Am I saying it? Mercedes? But he didn't say it like that.
If you're going, someone else is going to zoom past you in a Porsche, a BMW, or Mercedes, all right?
Am I okay to say Mercedes if I am saying Mercedes wrong, or if I'm saying it like crazy? Please, I don't want to disrespect the German language. So are you guys more comfortable with me saying Mercedes or Mercedes? If I say Mercedes, y'all go tell me in the comments you're not saying it right. Why are you saying it like that? So I feel like I should just stick with what you guys taught me. You know, what you guys taught me, but let me know in the comments. But you don't see Strac riding around in that. I'll fly past you in that Honda. I'll fly past you in that Honda. Move over.
Fast you think you're going, someone else is going to zoom past you in a Porsche, a BMW, or Mercedes, all right? And the Germans do get upset when people don't drive the German way when they're here. So I do recommend maybe take a class about driving or watch some videos on driving in Germany before you come, because then you'll be better prepared and less likely to upset and get, not necessarily road rage, but just upset Germans driving next to you. And also, don't expect a really good cup holder for your big gulp in a German car. And they don't understand why, okay? So leave that there, all right? And then I want to finish off by another thing that really upsets Germans, and that is...
Hold on real quick.
Big gulp in a German car.
Hold on real quick.
Next to you. And also, don't expect a really good cup holder for your big gulp in a German car. And they don't understand why, okay?
Is it so like... I don't want to say nothing stupid. So you don't like drink or drive? Or say you're not drinking that much when you're driving? I'm just thinking of anything now. Like, I mean...
Expect a really good cup holder for your big gulp in a German car. And they don't understand why, okay? So leave that there, all right?
You said they don't understand why. I'm just trying to understand, man. Is that the reasons, maybe? We don't really got good cup holders either. I mean, I got certain cups. I'll be like, why it's not fit?
And then I want to finish off by another thing that really upsets Germans, and that is if you make Nazi jokes, okay? The history of Germany and the Nazi National Socialist Party that was in power here for a number of years, and World War II and the Holocaust and everything, is it is a stain on the world history, not just German history, but the world's history. And if you make light of that, you make Nazi jokes, you make Hitler jokes and stuff like that, that does not go over well here. People do not like that. That is something that they're ashamed of themselves. And you may think it's a fun joke, I'm poking fun at things. It's not. It is not something that you joke about when you are here, okay? Because that will upset the locals, and I just want you to know that, all right? So those are some ways that you might upset your German friends when you're here in Germany, but what are some ways you've accidentally upset some of your German friends? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, I have another video on how Germans get upset when they travel to the US, which is... Y'all
go to Germany and go ahead and make them Nazi jokes if you want. Someone just might knock your teeth out. Go ahead and try it if you want. I didn't mention that in the last video. Germans are not proud of that. So don't throw that on them and judge them as if they were the ones that did that to the Jews and stuff. They were the ones that were all for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Do not try to relate with them either when it comes to the Nazis and what happened back then. No, because they're not proud of it. Facts. And it's a shame that that's all Americans learn is the Nazis, this and that. So that's all they know about Germany. So when they see and hear Germany, think about Germany, they see Germans, they speak to Germans, that's all they think of. And forgive me if they even bring it up and ask you about the Nazis and this and that. Because that's all we know. That's all we're taught about your fabulous country in the U.S. is something so detrimental. Yes, like how the Nazi camp was and all that. Like, man, we ain't learned nothing good about Germany. I mean, I put my whole what I put my life on that. I put my life on that. I put my whole bank on that. Do I put anything else on that? We didn't learn nothing else about Germany that was positive or good. We only learned about the Holocaust. The Jews get, the Jews in the camps, this and that. No, no. And then we watched the movie. Which was a great movie. We ain't learned nothing good. My goodness. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. Feel free to answer any of my questions down below in the comment section. I'm sorry if this is a long video. I really do enjoy videos like this, learning the etiquette, learning the proper manners of other countries and how you should react, how you should act out there, and the things you should be used to or expect when traveling there, rather than what you expect from your own country. I really do enjoy it so much, just learning and educating myself. Forgive me if I had too many questions or if this video was too long. Forgive me, guys. Please feel free to include your honest thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Feel free to add on to this amazing video brought to us today by Walter's World, man. Amazing channel. Original video link will be down below in the description. Feel free to follow the Twitch and check out all my other YouTube channels in the description down below. I love you all, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video. What are some other, etiquettes that people should know around the world when traveling to Germany? Me, specifically me. What about my fellow Americans or anybody else coming from another country? What is something that we should know? Something that is a must. Like, oh, no. You have to know this. You better know this.